Yo, yo, what is the deal? Welcome to another Raider Nation Unlimited. I'm your man, Wasted Talent, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Salute to everybody who's pulled up. Look, I know it's been a few days, man. It's been a few days. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, man. Let's start the show off with a little truth. Yo, your man Wasted is not missed on me we're in slow motion right now. We in rinse and repeat cycle. And I refuse to come on the air every day and keep speculating, bro. But today there's shit to talk about. And when there are things to talk about, you know that we will be here. Just know something. Pre-draft and post-draft. Once our team has been decided as far as from a draft perspective, and camp battles are happening and things are going on and free agents are being signed, let me tell you something. I will be here. Graphic Raider will be here. The team will be rocking and rolling, man. But yo, I had to take a little break, man, because look, same old shit, right? But now we are less than 5 days away from the draft, and now it's time to cook. It is time to cook. It is time to talk about the real possibility of the Raiders moving up or back or down or out of the first, whatever. There's a lot going on, bro. Tom Telesco today at the presser. Michael Penix Jr. with the rousing letter, man, something that really ingratiated me to him. You know, we're gonna read that for you guys. We're gonna talk about some scenarios, some possible trades. We'll talk about a few little rumors, man. And yo, we are gearing up. We are rocking and rolling, ready for Detroit. I will be in Detroit in full effect. Myself and Graf, we will be at the draft. So guess what? We will be where it's at, where it's happening, man. We got over 180 in the room. Get wasted with your brother, wasted. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Share this thing out over all social media. Everybody on Twitter, come on over to YouTube and pull up. And yo, it's time to rock and roll. Let me get some shout outs and salutations, man. My man Bean. Kawika's in the place. Dan High State Teacher's in the place. My brother Martin from way across the pond. Chip cheerio. So good evening, everyone. A bit late for me tonight. So I'll offer splendiferous salutations to all the lawn dwellers. My God, Martin, salute, man. We got over 200 in the room. Niles, the flying wonderful. My dog is in the place, man. Let's get it rocking, man. My dog David Zahn is in the place, y'all. Hug D's is in the place. My dog Top is in the place. Dolph, Jenny Castilla. We got it. We got it, yo. My guy, 805. So look, guys, let's get into it here, man. Let's get into it here, man. I'm effing up here too, guys. I'm effing up here, man. You guys know why I'm effing up here? Because I don't even have up the sweet ass wasted talent. I don't have up my bottom row here, man. What the hell is going on here? We're effing this thing up here. What the hell is going on here, guys? All right, forget it. Does not matter. Let's get into the whole Michael Penix Jr. thing. You guys know Wasted Talent has been a guy who has been trumpeting for Michael Penix Jr. from the beginning, since last year, to be honest with you, man. There are a lot of people who will break his numbers down. They would talk about his injury history. And I say, hogwash. That is what your man Wasted Talent would say. Hogwash. Michael Penix Jr., to me, is the move. I don't really see that, there's been some speculation about Jayden Daniels. I really don't see the Jayden Daniels thing happening. There's been some developments within the last hour and a half that the New England Patriots are open for business, and we're going to start there right now. Reports coming out of ESPN is that the New England Patriots are willing to take and seek offers for the 3rd overall pick. Now, what does that mean for the Raiders? It doesn't mean a whole lot for the Raiders if Jayden Daniels is going as the number 2 pick in the draft. But you guys have heard all the speculation over the last few days that Jayden Daniels is not really keen on the Washington Commanders. And the Washington Commanders brought in a myriad of other players. So it doesn't look like they're exactly sold on the number 2 pick and that they've resided themselves to the fact that they're definitely taking Jayden Daniels. So we might have to get a little Lloyd Christmas, a little Dumb and Dumber on everybody and say there still is a chance. But I'm going to be real with you guys. If you're going to take a quarterback at 2 and you can't get the guy who a lot of people feel is the pick of the litter in Caleb Williams, I don't, but others do, most likely, man, Jayden Daniels is going to be off this board. Now, there are all these speculations saying that he doesn't want to play, he's going to pull an Eli, all this stuff. It means absolutely nothing, guys. It means absolutely nothing. The Redskins are in the business of getting a quarterback, and they're going to get the best guy available, man. That's just the end of it, man. People are wanting us to mortgage the farm. Thing about it is, you can mortgage the farm all you want, but if you don't have somebody who is a willing consumer, man, it don't matter. It don't matter, man. It do not matter. All of these months, man, we down to a few days, man. My guy, Hug D's is saying, Paul, why are we pausing? Hug D's, get the F out of here. What the hell are we pausing for, Hug D's? What is wrong with you? This guy's, come on, Hug. Come on, Hug, with that, man. Hug, stop it, man.
Shut your lame ass up, man.
Yeah, man, get out of here with that. F out of here, Hug D's, with that. But, yo, listen, like y'all said, Daniel Caps Keenan, shout out to my guy, says, yo, it's lion season. Don't believe anything. And I really don't. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't believe anything. I believe that Jayden Daniels, in my mind, is going to. Right? So at that point, now, moving up to number 3 really doesn't mean a whole lot to the Raiders for me. Right? Because you don't need to move up to number 3 to get Michael Penix Jr. I don't believe so. I'm going to be honest with you. I do not believe so. I'm telling you right now, man. I don't believe it, man. My guy, First and Goal Raider, even Telesco said that GMs say that they are open or closed for trades, and it's all BS. And that's a stone cold lead pipe fact if I've ever seen one. This close up to the draft, I'm going to be real with you. I feel like the Patriots and whomever is up at the top of the draft in the top 3 are looking to get a historic haul. A historic haul. And you guys know my position on this, and it's been this way the whole offseason. And we're going to circle right back to that. The fact that I am not in favor of the Raiders giving up a historic haul for any of these quarterbacks. I'm sorry, because at the end of the day, if you get it right, it's great. But guess what? If you don't get it right, everybody will Monday morning quarterback that decision from here to the cows come home. And let me tell you something. The history of people moving up in the draft to get quarterbacks is ugly. We went over that a few episodes ago. It is ugly, man. We do not need a Trey Lance situation. Now, I'm not comparing a man with the talents of a Jayden Daniels to Trey Lance, but what I'm saying is that, what you wind up doing is you wind up hamstrunging your organization if this thing doesn't work. And what are the odds that we wind up with a Brock Purdy? What are the odds? It's never happened before or since. And my guy, pay your bar tabs. That's right. My brother Hug D's in a place, man. My guy with the first super chat of the day. Appreciate you, my brother. Thank you for showing support to Raider Nation Unlimited, man. My guy, MG. I honestly feel Penix is the best fit for us at QB, and I do too. Just from the level of maturity, man. The level of maturity, the pocket presence. And you know what I want to do, guys? I want to read a lot of the letter that, Michael Penix Jr. penned through the Players Tribune. I love the Players Tribune, man, because you get the raw and uncut words from the particular player. You got to wonder how they feel, man. So I'm going to read it, man. He said, letter to GMs. Shout out to Stephanie Chambers and shout out to everybody else. Michael Penix Jr. He says, 4 season-ending injuries in 4 years. Mike, how do I reconcile that? Let's get straight to it. Chances are the questions have come up in your building that you may have even asked it yourself. Truth is, I don't fault you for asking this question. Before I got in this pre-draft process, I've always felt that I'd let my tape speak for itself. Anything anyone really needed to know about me, is in the All 22 tape, and it shows it all. How our team responds to adversity, how we come together, how we execute. But as these 4 months have carried on, I've realized there's more to it than all 22. And that's the one thing that's a little weird to me, man, because they always say that it's all about the game tape. They've always said that Since I've always and followed the draft since I was a very little boy, they've always said, yo, the tape is what matters the most. And it seems like with Michael Penix Jr., people are ignoring it. But let me get back to the letter. Because this is a big decision. Selecting someone to lead your franchise, to wear the name on the front of the jersey with pride, and to make sure every teammate, coach, staff member, and fan can do the same. So it's about more than tape. You need to know what I'm made of. The job isn't just about 60 minutes on Sunday, and what you use to judge my fit as a leader has got to include what's outside those white lines. On that, it seems there are questions that you need answered. And well, adversity teaches a man a lot about himself. So I'll share some of what I've learned. I'm a product of Dade County, Florida. Population, 7,600. No Trader Joe's, no Whole Foods, no steakhouses or country clubs, no personal QB coach, no strength coach, no state-of-the-art training equipment. Nothing about Dade County is luxurious. But that's the way we like it. It's a town full of pride, and a lot of our pride comes from football. We swap out summer camps for tackle football on concrete in 95-degree heat. You find out quickly if you're built for this game or not. I'm thankful that I grew up in an environment. And the reason I'm on your draft board today is because of the adversity. It wasn't just a buzzword in Dade County. It was in the water. Nothing is handed to you. You have to earn everything. If you fail, you get up and you simply put, I don't know, it stopped right there. But to think injuries are the only adversity I faced in college would be shortchanging my story. I faced adversity before I even got into college. 2 weeks before signing day, I was told by the team I was committed to for 2 years that I no longer had a scholarship. They didn't think I was good enough to play in the SEC. So I decided to go to Indiana because Nick Sheridan was a QB coach, and he believed in me from the time he offered me at Tennessee to when he took his position at Indiana. IU had 10 straight losing seasons when I got to Bloomington. One winning season since 1994. And I knew what I was walking into, but I felt I could help turn the program around. In 2020, we became the 7th-ranked team in the country, the highest ranking the program has since 1967. We didn't have any drafted offensive players, but we were together. One team, one mission. What we lacked in recruiting stars, we made up for in the collective. We believed in each other, and we felt every time we stepped on the field, we were going to win. Didn't matter who we went up against. That's how we beat Michigan and Penn State and took Ohio State to the brink. These are the words of Michael Penix Jr., everybody. Shout out to everybody just pulling up. Shout out to everybody on Twitter, man. Shout out to everybody on Twitter. And some of you might not want to hear story time, but guess what? Wasted talent does not give a good day. So even with success, I experienced a lot there. From lighting up practice to watching practice from crutches, from getting a shout out from LeBron to being booed in my own stadium, from the fourth quarter comebacks to entering the transfer portal, waiting for somebody to call. Indiana taught me to never take this game for granted. It also taught me that if I fall, I wouldn't bet against me getting up. Woo! Man, shout out to everybody in the chat, man. We're going to get back to this, man. But gather around. So this is story time with wasted talent, everybody. Gather around. Shout out to my brother Franklin Skinner in the place. Yo, I have been shortchanging y'all on Planet Raiders. Franklin Skinner had dropped some jewels that I didn't release. I want to apologize to him publicly. Franklin Skinner, we need you back. We love you. We appreciate all your content, bro. And I am tuned all the way back in the Planet Raiders. But let's get back to this Michael Penix thing, y'all. We're not gonna read the whole thing. We're gonna skip to, some of the more important things, right? Michael Penix on his injury. He says, I hear all the time he's been injured. What happens if he gets injured again? Haven't I shown you what that looks like? Haven't I put almost 2,000 plays on tape since my last injury? Since my 4th season-ending injury in 4 years? That's constantly mentioned whenever my name is brought up. Truth is, I'd be more worried if I had never been injured. We don't all come back the same. I can't speak for those that have never gone through anything. But I can speak on me. I've seen how deep my foundation is. I know the storms I'm prepared to weather. For most people, that'll be the end of their story. But there's more to my story, and I own every page of it. Whew. God damn. He goes, this isn't a solo journey for me. There's been plenty of other guys who cut from the same fabric, who experienced the same challenges and displayed the same resilience. Guys you would have lost money on. You bet against them. Guys like Thomas Davis, who went on to make 3 Pro Bowls after tearing the same ACL 3 times. Guys like Frank Gore, who had a 16-year Hall of Fame level career at running back after tearing his ACL twice in college. Now, Frank Gore is going to the Hall of Fame. He's in the top 5 in rushing. He's going to the Hall of Fame. That's evident. That's clear. Truth is, it's about an EKG that would tell you everything you need to know about me. Mike. Woo! Telling y'all right now, man. I'm telling you right now. If we don't get Jayden Daniels, I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. I like Michael Penix. He's my favorite quarterback in this draft. If we don't get Jayden, you have to get Michael Penix Jr. I love this right here. That right there is a leader. That right there is a guy who can get through adversity. He's not a snowflake. Like, man, I saw Caleb Williams interview with Ryan Clark and all of them over there on the pivot, man. And I'm going to tell you something, man. I'm glad we don't got the number 1 pick. Now, I know Caleb Williams might do very well in Chicago. He might not. But I'm going to tell you something. He's not a guy that I've seen that is good. I don't think a lot of the way he sees things. I don't know Caleb Williams. I'm just going off of some of the things I've seen from him. Caleb Williams seems like a guy that, man, when adversity hits, he's going to have a real problem in the NFL. Listen, guys, I've been rambling on. I've had you guys pulled up by the fire, and it is time for me to read some of your supers, man. Appreciate y'all, man. My guy, David Zahn. If Drake May falls out of the top 4, I would be a supporter to go get him. A lot of people was on. A lot of people like Drake May. Drake May has all the measurables. He, has the arm strength. He has the size. He's fast. He reminds me of Justin Herbert in a way where he's viewed pre-draft. Justin Herbert is a physically talented guy where we didn't see it all come together in college. And Drake May be that guy that when he gets to the National Football League, he might take that next level, that ascension, that step forward because of his physical abilities and talents. So, hey, man, listen, bro, I just want to start this year off right. I want to start this regime off right. The reason why I would like a quarterback to be drafted and be handcuffed to Antonio Pierce is that we got a new coach. I want them to go get their guy. I want our new GM and our new coach to start fresh and go get their guy. I don't want them to wait around and, have this thing where, you draft a kid and then somebody winds up getting fired in the middle, and then it's this whole nonsense. I want it to work out. I want it to go forward. And if it doesn't work out in a couple of years and it gets bad, and I don't think it will, I think this is going to work out. I really do. I think that we got the right guys for the job. But in the way, if it did not work out, you would want all of these guys to kind of be on the same timeline. The only thing I've asked for in all my years as a Raider fan is for the coach and the general manager to be on the same page, the quarterback, same page, young quarterback, everybody's committed to, and everybody to be on the same timeline. We got over 500 in the room. Get wasted with your brother wasted, man. Tell a friend to tell a friend. I'm going to take a sip of water here. Shout out to everybody in the chat. My guy, JM. Thoughts on Zach Wilson to the Donkeys? Laughing my ass off. I think it's a great move for Denver. And I think Zach Wilson has a lot of talent. There's a lot of raw ability. And I think that Zach Wilson, being a young guy, playing at BYU, not being in the bright lights of the big city, and going to a defensive head coach did him a disservice, if I'm being honest. I think that the story on Zach Wilson isn't done yet. I believe in Zach Wilson. I think Zach Wilson can get it done. I do. He can make all the throws. He can move. If Zach Wilson locks in and pays attention, and Sean Payton is the QB guru he claims to be, I think Zach Wilson could really make a run to start. I really do. I know people think, oh, you're crazy, but you guys got to understand something. Living in the New York, New Jersey area, the media has a way of short-circuiting people's careers. The media has a way of pushing narratives all through the national media, and it's almost like you can't escape it. Can't escape it. The New York media is very, very hard to overcome. I'm telling you right now. I know people from other places, oh, it's bad here. No, let me tell you something. New York media is bad, man. It is. And I'm not saying it's all the New York media's fault. I'm not saying Zach Wilson didn't make some mistakes, but at the end of the day, they did him no favors. And I'm just going to say that. Shout out to the flying wonderful Yvette Niles. Salute Wasted. Wasted for president. Raiders. Shout out to you, Yvette. Appreciate you. GA Patriot. Been a member for 18 months. And really, he been here since day one. Shout out to my brother, GA Patriot, man. Nobody has, I mean, there have been some big supporters, man. But GA Patriot, I think GA Patriot might have been one of my first subscribers, man. I really appreciate that, brother, man. Shout out to you, man. That letter has big PENIX energy. Pause. Oh, what the F are you doing here? What is wrong with you, GA? Give you all this love and you come up here making the chat dirty. Nasty work, man. Raider C, my brother, Wasted. Would you wear a PENIX jersey on your back? Raider C, let me ask you something. Would you wear a PENIX mask on your face? That's the better question. Shout out to you, Raider C. My guy, did he see? Who would you rather have, Daniels or PENIX? I'm good with either, or just win, baby. Look, for the fact that the relationship Jayden Daniels has with Antonio Pierce, the relationship that Jayden Daniels has with some guys around the league, and the fact that he has a clean bill of health, that would be the reason why you would probably want Jayden Daniels. The guy that, when I look at tape, that I think is going to be successful, that I really enjoy watching, what PENIX does in the pocket, because he's a guy who can leave the pocket and run, but doesn't necessarily need to. I don't think the learning curve will be as steep for Michael Penix Jr. I think with a team like us, where we have young players, we have young veterans who are ready to win, I think Michael Penix Jr. probably would be the guy that would probably be better for Devontae Adams and those guys. And he throws the deep ball very, very well. He throws outside of the hash marks very well. I love what Michael Penix does in the pocket. My guy, Reese Rock, mobile to silence for the Broncos traded for Zach Wilson. And even worse, Russell Wilson, while paying Wilson. The joke writes itself. Okay, now, you can laugh. Boo! Boo, Reese! Boo! Boo, Reese! Boo this man. My guy, Richard, man, gifting 5 Raider Nation Unlimited memberships. You were far too kind, Rich, man. Appreciate you, my brother. Thank you. My dog, DeMarcus Webb, the honorable and praiseworthy Michael Penix Jr., yo. Shout out to him, man. And shout out to my brother, DeMarcus Webb, man. Marcus, go forth. He never goes backwards. He only goes forth. My brother, Marcus, go forth. If we at 13 and Bo Nix is the only QB left from the big 6 QBs, what would you do? I'm okay with him at 13 if Tom like him, but the nation will lose it. Listen, the nation needs to pipe down. You never know what happens to these guys getting between the hash marks. But if I'm being honest, I would not take Bo Nix at 13. I would go get a lineman. I would get a lineman, and I would take my chances, with the guys I got in the building, or maybe drafting a Rattler and adding him to the fold, or Joe Milton really, really late or something like that. But I feel like it's a dollar cost average kind of thing. I think Bo Nix is a guy you come back into first round for, because after 13, there's a free fall of teams that don't need a quarterback. So, you know what I'm saying? You can get a blue chip talent at 13, and you can leverage some of the draft picks of the future next year to move back in. So you can give up 2 this year, 2 next year. You know what I'm saying? And you can move back into the first to go get a Bo Nix. So you got 2 first round picks. You have guys with that 5th-year option as well. That's very, very valuable for some teams. Let me get back to the chat, man. Shout out to y'all, man. This chat is moving, man. I am behind. Wasted has been on his soapbox, man. My guy, John B., don't listen to what people say. Said, I would rather go for JD5. I feel he has a higher ceiling, and AP would get the most out of him. And AP over Penix. Either one, I'll back them either way. And that's the thing you got to understand, bro. We are all Raider fans. We are backing this team no matter what. No matter who they pick, we'll be pissed off for a day, and then a week later, we'll try to, make it right with ourselves after that. But it's all about people, places, and things. How do they fit with this side, the framework of what's going on in this building? How's the personality fit? Are they guys that are going to work? Because, look, man, I'm going to tell you something. Most of what happens with quarterbacks in the National Football League are how they initially come into the organization and how they're being accepted, how they're being groomed. Do they have weapons? Are the cupboards bare? Are they getting hit all the time? Is the quarterback coaches and coaches of the team and offensive coordinator tailoring their program to the player, or are they trying to shove their program down the player's throat? Pause. Big pause. But are they going to put the player in a position to be successful? That's what most of this shit is about, man. My guy, LV Maximus, always about the thick frames. Always about the thick frames. LV Maximus is in a place to be, man. My guy, Jack Burton, wasted equals fire. Raiders. My sleeper is Leonard Taylor from the U. I love Leonard Taylor from the U. Leonard Taylor is a guy that if you get him, you can get Byron Young and some of them guys out of here, bro. Leonard Taylor is going to do work at the next level, bro. I think he's a guy that people are going to look back on his draft and wonder why he didn't go higher. Look, man, I that's a sleeper that I haven't really been mentioning, Jack, because I noticed you start mentioning these guys and then they move up in the draft miraculously. I.e. Juice Struggs. Wasted. This is just like Kaepernick begging the Jets for a job. How is it? What the F are we talking about here? Are you talking about Michael Penix Jr. writing something in the Players Tribune defending, the validity of him being in the draft? You think this is the same as Colin X begging for a job? You really think that's the same? Torque, thought you were better than that, bro. But get the F out of here with that. It's nothing like it at all. At all, man. My guy, Tim. Caleb Williams had no O-line. It's a Caleb Williams truther. Caleb Williams had no O-line or help in general. His offense, to say he won't survive on hard times on the field is wrong, but I respect the opinion that he might not have it off the field. Listen, on the field and off the field, to me, are two of the same things. They're one and the same. Like, Caleb Williams is a guy that, look, he has all, and you heard what I said before, he has all the athletic ability in the world. The guy is special. He makes those shit throws that you see Aaron Rodgers makes. He really does. As far as talent on the field, unmatched. The thing about Caleb Williams is there are a lot of things that he's putting out into the atmosphere. And as you come into the National Football League, there are a lot of things that until you get into the league, you don't realize that you're going to have to deal with. It's hard to go into that huddle and lead grown men, millionaires. It's harder to do that. It's harder to earn their respect. It is harder to earn their respect. And it is hard to keep a fan base that is a ravenous fan base. This is Chicago. Chicago is most likely the third or fourth biggest media market in the country. Now, it is the Midwest. So it's not like on the Northeast with Philadelphia and New York, where they're coming, Boston, where they're coming for your throat every day in the media. Every day. But I know that Bears fan base is a ravenous fan base. And they've never had a 4,000-yard passer. They've never had consistency at the quarterback position. Never. And I'm going to tell you something. Caleb Williams, that fan base is ready to win. Ryan Poles is ready to win, right? And if you think that you're going to get away with that little prima donna shit and not produce, my brother, listen, man, I'm telling you right now. Everybody thought that shit was cute with Johnny Manziel until he fell on his face. So he better be a guy who studies film. He better be a guy who's first in and last gone. Because if he thinks that he could short circuit his way to success in the NFL, he's fucking wrong. All of this, trying to do things the new way, there's a new way to go about it in the National Football League, that is a load of shit. See, man, the one thing that the old man will tell you, and I'm going to talk about myself in the third person, is that the more things change, the more they stay the same. Football is a game of innovation, but it's also a game of tradition. And there are certain traditions that can never be broken in this game. And one is quarterbacks being real leaders and putting in the work. Now, I don't know if he doesn't, but it's just some of the shit that I'm hearing from him being a little bit of a snowflake that I don't like. And I don't care because he ain't our problem. F him. I hope he falls on his face. F Caleb Williams and F anyone who doesn't play for the Raiders. Shout out to you guys, man. It's right. Apocalypse with the haymaker. He said, I'll take Penix, stone cold knee braces and all. Give me a hell yeah, Apocalypse. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to you, man. Daniel Kim, man. My guy, Top Beats is in a place, man. Let me get down in the bottom, bro. Wait, my brother, LV Maximus, thick frame level, big men. He said, wait a minute, thick frame level unite, big men, the trenches. Damn it, LV Maximus. Yo, he's been singing the right song. Now, LV, this is the thing for me, right? Get your quarterback first, then trenches the whole rest of the draft, and I'm fine with that. You don't necessarily have to go trenches the first round, but if you do, I'm not mad at that at all. Look, listen, I'm as open as Tom Telesco is to the possibilities, man. And Tom Telesco talked today. General Manager Tom Telesco said he is ready for the draft in silver and black. And since being hired in January, Telesco and his staff have spent months preparing for this draft that could alter the course of this franchise. And I've been saying this. I think this is the most significant draft in the history of this franchise in Las Vegas. It really is. This is the time at this point the Raiders have to turn things around and start winning, man. They have to. You know, Telesco said, man, he said speaking Monday from the headquarters in this pre-draft press conference, he goes, we're all kind of new here together. So just make sure that the process goes smoothly. Telesco said. He says, we're going to do some things tomorrow. The NFL has like a mock draft to make sure everything works and the technology and everything like that. And Telesco's no stranger to the draft as general manager of the Chargers, but he wasn't the guy who wrote the contracts and made all the decisions all the time. But he says, we'll go through our ours on our own tomorrow, make sure the process is smooth, because when you're making decisions, there's a lot of clock behind you ticking down and you don't have the time to be pointing and explaining things, he said. So we'll walk through it tomorrow. And once we've got the logistics down, everyone understands how the draft is going to go and how that's going to operate. Telesco's going to settle in for the actual main event, he said, Tuesday. And usually when the draft weeks begins, you know, they begin to heat up the executives with trade talks becoming more tangible as teams finalize their draft boards. The Raiders are in the process of untangling their own priorities for the first round. Like most teams, Telesco said he is open to moving up on Thursday night. He said Las Vegas holds the 13th pick. He goes, there have been conversations with teams, Telesco said. We have had a plan now to go up. If we have a plan to, if we have to, and we have to be aggressive with it. We've got a plan to stick at 13, obviously. And we have a plan to go back within a certain range. So basically what Tom Telesco is doing is he's telling you that he's not telling you shit. But the good thing is, for me, is that they're open to reason because the draft is a fluid situation, right? So as the board changes, their priorities changes. As the board changes, the priority changes. And I'm glad that they don't have a rigid viewpoint. I love that, man. I love it, man. Shout out to my guy, Arlen Howard. Love your show. I'm not reading that. Go Raiders. my guy, Tork. Wasted. How would you feel about using the Texans' Deshaun Watson blueprint? Continue to build the defense, add O-line and weapons, and let the young guys step in to a good situation without all the weight on them. Look, that sounds great and that sounds tempting, right? But if I'm being honest, I want last season to be the worst that the Raiders were for the next 10 to 15 years. I don't want the Raiders to ever be 7-9 again. I want them to be well over that. I don't want the Raiders to be in position to take the number one quarterback or to take a quarterback. I want the Raiders drafting in the late 20s for the rest of the decade because I want them to be winning that much. This is what I want. I'm telling you right now, I am not a guy who wants to see the Raiders drafting high and stuff next year. I don't. Because what that tells me is that now things have changed now. The bloom is off the rose. The excitement's out of the building. The criticism is coming in. I want this team to make the playoffs this freaking year. This is the year. Quarterback or bust. Quarterback or effing bust, man. My brother Top Beats, he said it right, man. We are cooking today. Pay that bar tab and click that like button, man. Subscribe to the show. Yes, man. The subscriptions, it's slowing down here. I mean, what the F is going on? If you guys are out there watching, all 700 of you, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, man. I know all of y'all can't be subscribed. My guy, Jack Byrne, I got a bad feeling a lot of teams will trade in front of us like crazy. So then who's the pick at 13? Give me Murphy. Look, I'm cool on Murphy because we went out there and we addressed that position in free agency. To me, it's irresponsible, right? I feel like you got to go And you got to address another need with that first round pick. So you got to go out there and give me a right tackle, a corner, something, bro. Something. I mean, something about effing something, man. My guy, Raider Jimmy, in a place. I don't give a fuck who we get. I just want to win. Shout out, and I'm gonna bleep myself for cussing like that. Give a F who we get. Thank you, man. My God, I'm really worried that the Vikes will get Penix for JJ. Young wide receivers want deep ball. Woo. Yo, you are wilding right now, Reese. Reese. Wow. The F is going on. Wow, Penix could get Reese. Reese, you about to be unceremoniously blocked. The F is going on with you, Reese. Unceremoniously, Reese Rock. Nah, psych, man. What's up, my brother Reese, man? That's my dog, man. Shout out to him, man. My guy, John Forte. My brother Wasted. I would love to see the Raiders grab Fuaga at tackle. And like you said, use the draft picks to move up and grab a QB like Penix. Listen, I'm going to be honest with you. Believe it. You can believe in this like you can believe in the air and that the sky is blue. Michael Penix will not go after 13. If anything, he'll go before. Now, I think the Minnesota Vikings are firmly locked in on J.J. McCarthy. This is what I've heard. J.J. McCarthy is the greatest. Like, I can't see the Minnesota Vikings taking 2 first-round picks and trading for a guy like Michael Penix because of the trope of the injuries. Now, for a team like the Raiders, it makes more sense for us. It makes more sense for us. We need that quarterback. He's the cherry on top of this organization. With the Vikings have 2 first-round picks. Now, they could stand pat and take 2 players. That is also plausible. So they could probably take Penix with the one that's, they got a pick before us. I think they're picking like 10th or something like that. Forget whatever. I'm going to look at the draft order. And they can keep the one in the 20s and go get a lineman. They can also do that. They might not, package those 2 picks up. But it looks like the Vikings package those 2 picks up to specifically to move up. It feels like that to me, man. And thank you. And yo, John Forte, thank you for the super, bro. Appreciate you, my brother. The Cali Enigma has become a new YouTube member. Welcome to the Wasted Talent Army, man. Shout out to you, yo. My brother, Top Beats is on top of the game, man. Appreciate you, Top. I fucking man, yo. Appreciate you, dog. For all those, my guy J-Ro with the coldest YouTube picture ever, man. For all those saying AO4 doesn't have escapability, go back and watch his college tape. J-Ro, we're not saying that, bro. What I'm saying to you about Aiden O'Connell is this. I like Aiden O'Connell. I support Aiden O'Connell. He is currently our starter. But I would be lying to you to say that I don't think that we can do better. I think that we can do better from a talent perspective. Can we do better as a man? Probably not. He's a great kid. But the only thing Aiden O'Connell has earned from me is the chance to come in and compete at some level. But if we draft a quarterback number 1, that's that quarterback's job. You got to get behind the quarterback you bring in. And at that point, Aiden O'Connell will be a guy who can support our quarterback, push our quarterback. And guess what? If our quarterback ain't so good, it's great to have a young guy that you drafted. Maybe he can be our Brock Purdy if something goes wrong. Shout out to my brother Big Mike is in the place to be. Shout out to my dog, man. Wasted. I asked Doc earlier about whether we should draft, trade, or get a QB1 in free agency. What's your opinion? The problem is getting a QB1 in free agency at this point has kind of sailed, right? Positional value. Now, there's nothing in the National Football League that is more valuable than a quarterback. There's nothing more valuable than a quarterback, bro. A star, when you hit on a quarterback, everything looks better. Your roster looks better. Like, look at the difference between the Texans last year and this year. They drafted their pass rusher. They drafted their quarterback, and everything for the foreseeable future is pretty much cake for them. It's pretty much cake for them at this point. They can go out and add people. It makes people want to come to their organization and be free agents. See, that's the thing, bro. So quarterback number one. Now, number two is right tackle over corner because our corner room is not really bad. We got two young studs at corner, bro. Jack Jones is a stud. Jack Jones is a stud. I've seen enough. He's a stud. Nate Hobbs in his slot is a stud. Jacorian Bennett has stud-like tendencies. Stud-like tendencies. I mean, unbelievable. So at this point, if you get a Fuaga and you hit on Fuaga and he's what we think, a starting to Pro Bowl level right tackle, now you have bookend tackles who are playing at a Pro Bowl level. You have a center who's played at a high level. Now, I'm not saying Andre James is the best center in football, but Andre James, you can't name too many names before you get to Andre James. Now, for us, we see him get dominated, but for God's sakes, look who's in our division, right? Chris Jones is in our division. So he does that to every fucking body. But Andre James is a good center. So Andre James is a lower rung Pro Bowl center. Dylan Parham, promising young talent. Then, you can have Thayer Mumford has the talent to be a Pro Bowl guard. So now you have solidified both offense and defensive line. So now everything gets way less complicated for you going forward. And that's the reason why hitting on first round picks is so important. Alex Leatherwood, bro, had we hit on Alex Leatherwood, we wouldn't have to draft the right tackle this year. That could be off the table. I think it's easier to find corner help in the situation we're in. We're not in a situation we have a bad secondary. We have talent all in our secondary. Shout out to you. My brother Hug D's with the $5 holla, man. This is the most significant draft in at least a decade. And make it make sense that we don't go get our general of the offense, a tackle, not buying it. But the thing is, Hug, you have to be fluid because we don't control our own destiny. We don't control whether we want to move up. We don't control how other teams move. We don't control them, bro. You might have people that might offer us an absurd amount of draft capital to move ahead of us. And then every quarterback that we speculate about may not be on the Raiders board. There might be guys like Drake May where the Raiders might not even have on their board. You might have a guy like Bo Nix that the Raiders don't have on their board anywhere significant. And that's okay. Just stay true to your board. That's what I ask for the Raiders. And make that pick count. Make sure that if you draft at 13, that particular player is a starter for the foreseeable future. It's all you can ask for, man. Big Mike Raider is in a place, man. Classic man Q. You can never have too many DTs. Yes, you can never have too many DTs, but you don't have to use the lion's share of your free agent haul and your first round pick on the same position. To me, that's asinine, bro. It's asinine. Reese Rock, get PENIX first, then O-line, linebacker, cornerback, running back, offensive lineman, cornerback, wide receiver, or Rattler option. Fuaga first, best DB, Rattler, offensive lineman, running back, linebacker, Raiders. Reese Rock, you have redeemed yourself for the filthy, nasty work. The flying wonderful Lisa Dell is in the place, y'all. Shout out to Lisa Dell. Where the F have you been, Lisa Dell? It's been a minute, nation. I got to lock it for the draft. It's been a crazy roller coaster ride outside of my Raiders. But welcome back, Lisa Adele. Welcome back. Oh, my God. My guy, Access. F wasted another year of D. Oh, man. Gee, pause, man. And Max's career. Get our own ZQB now. It's the F I'm talking about. My guy, Daniel Caps Keenan, gifting 5 Raider Nation Unlimited memberships to the masses. Thank you, Daniel Caps Keenan, for making the Wasted Talent Army grow in droves, man. Shout out to y'all. My guy, Raider Nation. Hey, Wasted. What if the Commanders draft Drake May 2nd overall? Do you think the Raiders should trade with the Patriots for the number 3 pick? Yes, I do. But it depends. I do, because we need our quarterback, right? But I don't want to see the Raiders trade like 3 first-round picks. I would like to see the Raiders actually try to barter with the Patriots. The Patriots are a roster that is thin, right? I've heard rumors about us moving on from Kuntz or somebody like that. If I'm being honest, I would rather do that. I love Malcolm Kuntz, right? But thing about Malcolm Kuntz is we drafted a guy at the same position that we got to see how he does, right? Also, second pass rushers are easier to come by than generational ones like Max Crosby, right? And if I'm being honest, there's not enough money to go around. I don't know if Kuntz is the guy that's going to stay. Hobbs got to get paid. Merrick's got to get paid. There's a lot of guys got to get paid here. A lot of guys that got to get paid. So if you can use an asset on the roster to save yourself draft capital in the future, I would possibly do that, because this is an asset you might just lose. Because to me, it disgusts me that we lost Josh Jacobs for nothing. It really makes me mad. Man, yo, Cap Keenan in the place, man. Yo, Big Mike's. Yo, listen, all of y'all, I need you guys to do me a favor. Go on Planet Raiders, right? Flood Planet Raiders. I have a piece coming out on Aiden O'Connell. The case for or against Aiden O'Connell. It is a rousing piece. And I've been writing it for a couple of days. I got to just finish it. I'm going to drop it tonight. Go over there, check that out. Check out Big Mike, 30 players in 30 days, so you guys can be more acquainted with what's going to happen in the draft. We will be in Detroit rocking all effing day. Lou Molina's in the place. Shout out to Lou Molina, yo. Shout out to Lou Molina. My guy, Reese Rock. Vikings could want JJ, and B. Flores might suggest to the GM for PENIX. They could have the McDaniels, Young, Ziegler, Strauss situation and choose Michael. But see, this is the thing, Reese. What does that mean? If they take him at 9, then they take him at 9. It is what it is. It is what it is, because they're not at 9. The Bears are at 9. But I forget what the Vikings are. But I know the Vikings are in the top 10. I know that. So that hey, man, if they do, they do. If they do, they do. My brother, Big Mike Raider, great stroke, bro. You got me hyped for Thursday. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. Yo, Thursday is definitely going to be hype. Yes, and listen, when we talk about Malcolm Kuntz, the last year of his contract. So my thing is that, yo, if the Raiders can possibly get the byproduct of getting rid of a talent, now I don't want to get rid of Malcolm Kuntz, right? But if the byproduct of getting rid of a talent like that is to move up to get your franchise quarterback of the future, I don't think there is anything wrong with that at all. I think that smart business is dollar cost average if I've ever seen one. Hen, go all in on JD5. Let Pierce try with his guy. F the draft next year. We don't know how the picks turn out anyway. Let Pierce get a shot. See, you can't look at it like that. You can't look at it like that, bro. If I'm being honest, the reason why the Raiders have been in this perpetual dogma that we have going on here is because we do not focus on the draft enough. When Al was alive, Al would trade draft picks and go get guys that were long in the tooth, guys that were expensive, right? The way you win in this league is with younger players. This is a young man's game. This is a game where you have to get the dollar cost average value out of your players. You got to get them on their first contract. You don't want them on their second contract. You don't want them on their second contract. Their first contract, 50-year option, that's where the winning is done. So those draft picks matter. Don't get it messed up. Don't get it effed up. Don't get it effed up. I love pushing that button. We got almost 700 in the room. Get wasted with your brother, wasted. Tell a friend to tell a friend. My God, East Coast Gridiron is in the place, man. Let me take a sip of water because I know he's going to come with some heat as usual. I wish I could have made it to hang out with y'all. This new promotion got me mad busy. Bro, you know what, brother? It's all good, man. It'll get greater later. I know you're going to roll up with us, man. But it's good problems to have, right? Gertie Raider with the filthiest name in YouTube history. Good luck to your Knicks tonight. Thank you, bro. I hope we do win, man. That's right, David Zahn. He's been putting in that damn work, Zahn. I know you noticed, my brother. Wasted, will you be live for that first round pick? You know it. You know it. We're gonna be in the crowd and the place to be, man. Only we're the only ones who do stuff like that, man. We're gonna be on the ground, boots on the ground. So we're gonna bring it to y'all live and uncut, man. Broken Halo. Everyone says QB of the future. It doesn't always pan out that way. Broken Halo, that's a fact, bro. That is a fact. Hug D's. If AP told us anything, the Raider way is real and gangster is gangster. AP wants his guy. Telesco reminds me of Terry Benedict from Ocean's 11. Shit's gonna be a movie on Thursday. He reminds you of Terry Benedict. Wow. Damn, he was a cold motherfucker, man. It's about Andy Garcia, right? That was Terry Benedict, right? My guy, Big Mike Raider. Shout out to the chat, especially the ones who have shown love and support. It's right, brother. That is right, man. Yo, shout out to Big Mike and East Coast Gridiron, man. My guy, Classic Man Q. A sleeper for you, it's Khalid Dukes, Kansas State. Will be perfect replacement if we were to lose out on Coons. Shout out to my Classic Man Q. But Classic Man Q, you got to understand something. Next year, the draft for edge rushers is going to be insane. And there's a lot of pass rushing talent in this draft, late in this draft as well. So listen, I am totally with that. Ratchet Raider 805. Hey, Wasted. Why weren't you on Graphics live chat today? Because I have a job. That's why, Ratchet Raider. Why the F are you asking me why the F I wasn't on somebody's chat? The F is wrong with you, man. Don't you get unceremoniously blocked. You get unceremonious. What the F is, man?
Angry man, what you doing here?
Man, set your ass down.
Man, get the F out of here with that. My guy, G.A. Patriot with the $5 holler. Don't let this year's first pick cause Wasted to react like last year's. You're damn right. We do not need that. East Coast Gridiron in the place. I'm about to get ready to do my final mock draft stream. The draft is here, brothers and sisters. Let us get what we want. Shout out to East Coast Gridiron, man. Yo, it's Christmas in Detroit on Thursday, y'all. Dirty Eric, you answered my question about the 3 first-round picks. I agree. F that. But Boston takes it all, though, bro. Shout out to y'all, man. I don't even know what y'all laughing. I'm so behind. I've been on my damn. Oh, yeah, it's that Ratchet found out ejective. Yeah, what the F, man? You always on that. That's why I'm asking. I know Ratchet Raider, man. I know. Yeah, nah, I have my hands full at work, bro. A lot of times I could pull it out. I was listening in my ear, bro, but a lot of times, bro, at work, I could pull up a little bit, drop the flags and then get off. But today was just one of them days, bro. I had my hands full at work all day, bro. All day. Had a lot to deal with, my brother. Shout out to you, man. Look, you guys, you know what's funny, bro? Y'all know the rules about getting unceremoniously blocked, right? Normally, when I really block somebody, I don't say anything. I just block them, right? You guys that pull up and support, I ain't gonna block nobody. I just be talking about bullshit, man. Shout out to my guy Ratchet Raider, man. Shout out to my guy Ratchet Raider, man. He said, hands full at work. No. We're not doing that no Diddy shit over here, bro. I am a grown-ass gorilla, bro. I am a grown. I remember the days when you could just say a phrase like having your hands full, and you guys wouldn't assume that it's having your hands full of filth. The F is wrong with you guys. Unbelievable. My guy, Top Beast, I got my hand on the trigger. Wasted might not, but I'm not saying I will. That's right. The General Top Beats will have none of it. He will have none of it. Nation's own. Not trying to derail the topic. What's your take on Haney Garcia? Real quickly, because this is a football pod. But look, man, Devin Haney has routinely had these hydration clauses, and he has his nonsense he pulls where he's fighting at 140 pounds. He gets in the ring, he's damn near 168 pounds when he rehydrates. I think boxing needs to go back to where it was back in the 60s, 70s, where you got to weigh under the day to fight, right? And he wasn't able to weight bully. He wasn't able to weight bully this time. And Ryan Garcia didn't give a shit whether he was overweight. He got in the ring and was like, you know what? I learned from when I fought Tank. I'm not going in the ring emaciated and dehydrated and weak. He went in there and listen, these are guys I told you guys before. These are guys who have fought 3 times in the amateurs and they split. And in the amateurs, it's harder to get knocked out because you got headgear and stuff like that. The rounds aren't as long. You can run and play games with points and shit like that. And the professional ranks is a little different. And that referee let them fight. And to be honest with you, that referee stepped in between Devin Haney getting knocked out. He saved Devin Haney's ass twice. He saved his ass twice. So shout out to Ryan Garcia, man. He proved a lot of people wrong. Do I think that Ryan Garcia, now it's time for y'all to go out there and start fighting. Now it's time. Devin Haney got the belts. His next fight, which is probably not going to be, it should be Shakur Stevenson. And Shakur Stevenson should not acquiesce to this bullshit that this kid does with weight. They should make that kid make weight, and Shakur should go and take his belts because Shakur is going to beat Devin Haney's ass because he's a way superior boxer. Way superior boxer than Devin Haney. The F out of here. The F out of here, Devin Haney. And my God, I'm putting cases on all you bitches. Y'all think y'all could do this to me? Listen, Graphic Raider just said, I would have whipped both of them, though, by the way. And then he woke up. And then he woke up from that beautiful dream. Get the F out of here, y'all. But y'all, listen, this is not a boxing channel. This is the Raiders. The effing Raiders. Graphic be like, why you hit me like that, Charlie Murphy? My God. Marco Martinez. Thursday can't come quick enough. I think Telesco is about to pull some bananas out of the tailpipes. He's up to something. What the F are you talking? Marco Martinez, what the F is going on here? Trying to get me canceled talking about bananas and tailpipes. My guy Reese. AD better grow up here and slow that joker down today. Oh, yeah. Y'all talk about basketball. Listen, y'all turn. You know what, man? I want to ask y'all a question. How would you guys feel if we had a podcast that just talked about whatever sport was going on, just a sports podcast? How would you guys feel about that? How would you feel about that? Everybody, if you guys want a sports podcast, put tents in the chat for content. All sports podcasts, man. Sports and rap, whatever. Just put tents in the chat. I want y'all to show Graph this. Show Graph this. Graph's my partner in crime. This is something that we got to get. We got to work out, man. And Raider Nation, pause yourself. Put some tents in the chat and not pitching a tent. The F out of here. That's right. Everybody seems to be with it. My guy, Lakers still in 5. That's right, Reese. My guy, Marco Martinez, man. He's absolutely got a plan for the draft. He wasn't saying anything today. I think he's going to fleece somebody. I hope you're right, bro. I hope you are right. Yvette Nas says no. Nas, you say no? The content is in the place. Sports run it wasted, but not the talent. Appreciate you, man. I'm down. I keep bugging Graph about a wrestling channel. Yeah, that's about to happen, yo. There we go. Cooler heads prevail pod on the way. Listen, you have brought it into fruition, and so it shall be, everybody. So it shall be. What you know about hockey, fam? I know a lot about hockey. How you like them apples, Dan Teaser? How you like them apples? You said partner, then pause and said, no, stop it. Stop your lies. Stop your lies, her face. Stop your lies. Stop trying to put that on my jacket. God! Wow! Cut it out. Now listen, guys. I think I'm going to get out of here. We're an hour in. We got this thing coming up. You know, the all sports pod. It was almost 700 of you guys in the room. We're going to get out of here because it is a very, very special day today. A very special day. It's my wife's birthday. Now, we went out this weekend. We celebrated her birthday this weekend. but we're gonna do a little. We're gonna have some dinner. The family is at the house now. I can, everything. We order dinner. Everybody's coming over. I want you guys to do me a favor and wish my wife a happy birthday. My beautiful wife, man. Look, it's funny. I've been with my wife longer in her life than we haven't been together. It is a great thing. So Mrs. Wasted is her birthday. Everybody, please, because I'm going to show her this, even though she doesn't watch. She's not a big football fan. But Mrs. Wasted, please give us some happy birthday love. I'm going to get out of here. We're going to be rocking with you guys tomorrow. The Graph and Wasted show will be rocking and rolling. We're going to be coming at y'all live until up to the draft, man. But y'all, thank y'all, man. Thank y'all, man. He goes, this live was leather, and happy birthday to your wife. My B-days in a few days was a few days before hers. Oh, shout out to you. Happy birthday belated to my guy, Classic Man Q. And yo, I forgot to. Y'all, listen. Do me a favor. Raider Rain is back. His Instagram page was taken. Going over to Instagram, go give a big shout out to Raider Rain. He's the guy who designed a lot of stuff for us, man. He's a supporter of myself and Graphic Raider. I would like for you guys to go on over there. Go on Instagram, subscribe to Raider Rain, run it up for him, and tell him Wasted Town and Graphic Raider sent you, man. And thank y'all for all of the love to wifey, man. Appreciate y'all, man. Y'all have a blessed day. We are out of here. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know what it is.
Yesterday's price is not today's price.
Listen, let me tell y'all something. The price is through the roof. The draft is upon us. Everybody rejoice, because speculation season is over, baby. We are going to get back to the winning ways of the Raiders. Just win, baby. Love all of y'all. Y'all have a beautiful and terrific night. I am out of here, man. And once again, happy birthday to wifey, man. She can hear me. She listening. Peace, y'all.